The National Labor Relations Act protects employees' right to organize and bargain with their employers. This protects the right for employees to want to improve their working conditions as well as refrain from certain practices they do not feel comfortable performing at work. Some questions for a nurse to ask before joining a union would be, how would the union address concerns you have regarding your nursing career? Some workplaces that are union often go on strike to fight for what they want in their job. It would be beneficial to ask what the likelihood of the union going on strike is. A strike can greatly affect the employees and their families as they do not get paid if they are on strike because they're simply not working to fight for what they feel is right. Per the National Labor Relations Board, they protect the rights of employee to seek better work conditions. This will be an advantage to nurses to fight for safer working conditions, such as lower nurse-to-patient ratios. This could also help with improved communications with physicians and nurses. They can fight for the physicians to have to better communicate with not only nurses and healthcare workers, but also to the patient and their families. That way they're being well informed and better understanding what's going on. And if nurses do not get the response that is needed to improve their work environment, they have the right to strike and petition for what they feel is right. During a strike, nurses would not work, which would leave their employer or organization without any employees. Therefore, their facility could not run as usual without the nurses. So this in return could cause the facility and upper management to rethink their decision and possibly make changes to their workplace, that the employers or nurses wanted. Nurses should also have good communication skills when it comes to speaking with management. The nurse should be clear and to the point on what they are saying. Also, it's important to be an active listener when speaking with management, to be able to see their point of view on the issue and kind of listen to, from both sides. I would say a nurse, as a nurse, you would need to be less worried about being terminated if you were involved with a union. Most of the time, if you're covered under a union contract, you are protected from being terminated without a good reason. If you would happen to get fired and do not think it's right, you can file a grievance against your employer, and your union must represent you fairly in your case to fight, if being terminated was wrong. In conclusion, there are definitely both pros and cons for a nurse to be in a union.